You are welcome back to the Young Scholars Academy, where it is all about mathematics and mathematics takes us higher. Today we'll be treating a very challenging topic over the years for children, which is percentage. Firstly, what is percentage? Percentage can be understood as a ratio where the whole is always 100. It is a way of expressing a number as a fraction of 100, often represented by the symbol percentage. What this is trying to tell us here is that percentage is represented by a whole, which is always 100, and it is also a way of expressing a number as a fraction of 100, and it is represented by the symbol which is shown in the screen here, percentage sign. Percentage can be written as 1 over 100. Percentage can be written as 1 over 100. That's why they said it is a way of expressing a number as a fraction of 100. Now let's dive into some calculations involving percentage. Now we have converting percentage to fraction and decimal. Firstly, converting from percentage to fraction. To convert a percentage to a fraction, you divide the percentage by 100 and then simplify the resulting fraction if possible. What this is trying to tell us that when you want to convert a percentage to a fraction, what the number that they put, whether it's 30%, 40%, 50%, you divide it by 100. So if it's 50%, it's going to be what? 50 over 100. That is why they said you divide it by what? 100. And they now said you simplify the resulting fraction if possible. That means you break it down. You cut it by the greatest common divisor till you get your last answer. Now in our example here, it says convert 30% to a fraction. So 30% becomes what? When I was giving you the lay down, I said to convert a percentage to a fraction, you first what? You divide the percentage by what? 100. So when they say convert 30%, 30% becomes what? When you divide, it becomes what? 30 over 100. Then you what? You simplify the fraction by the what? Greatest common divisor, which is 10. When they say something is the greatest common divisor, that means the greatest number that can divide both the numerator and the denominator. And the greatest common divisor for 30 and 100 is what? Is 10. So when you divide 30 over 100 by 10, it becomes what? 3 over 10. You can see the workings here laid out here below. Now we have here converting from percentage to decimal. To convert the percentage to decimal, you divide the percentage by 100, which is the same as moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. What this is trying to tell us here is that to convert the percentage to decimal, like what they gave us from percentage to fraction, you first divide it by 100. In every one, you first divide it by 100. If it's 40%, 50%, 90%, it becomes what? 90 over 100, 50 over 100, 40 over 100. That is the first step. And once you have done that, it is easy for you. So the next step for us to do this, we are going to divide 40 divided by 100, which is what? Which equals to 0.4. But if you want this to be more easier for you, I have given you. They said it is the same thing as what? As moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. So I cannot solve it on the screen, but I'm going to explain it very well. When they said move it 2 places to the left, you start from this 0, this 40, from the 0 back. How many zeros does 100 have? 2 zeros. So let's count 1 and 2. So we put our point in front of that 4, then we add our 0 in the front, which is what? 0.4. I hope you understand me. Then we have calculating percentage of a whole number. In calculating percentages of a whole number, there are steps to follow, which are: the first step you must follow is convert the given percentage to a fraction by dividing it by 100. That was what I said in the last slide. You divide it by 100. So once you've divided it by 100, it becomes easier for you. Or we can leave it as a fraction, or change it to a decimal. Which one is more simpler to you? But I will go for fraction. Yes, I will go for fraction. For those that want it easier for them, you go for fraction. But those that really want to challenge themselves, you can go for decimal. But if you know you want it to be more simpler for you, go for fraction. So the next said multiply the fraction or decimal we got in step 1. What this step 1 is saying is that any number that they give us, whether 10, 20, 30, you do it 10 over 100 or 20 over 100 or 30 over 100. This is based on the number given to you. They can even give you 1 over 100. They can give you 1%. They can give you 0.5. Anyhow. But just know you are going to do it over what? 100. So the next said multiply the fraction or the decimal we got in step 1 by the whole number in the given problem. When you are calculating percentages of a whole number, they will give you a number. They can say, what is 60% of, let's say, 420? That will be what? You first do 60 divided by what? 100. That is what? 60 over 100 times 420. That 420 is the whole number. So the next is that when we multiply the fraction of the decimal we got in step 1 by the whole number in the given problem, the final answer can be in a fraction, whole number, or decimal. So that means I just want to know that if your answer is in fraction, it does not mean that you are wrong. If it's in decimal, it does not mean that you are wrong, because if it's in whole number too, it does not mean that you are wrong. So it can appear in any of the 3 ways. And an example here is, first example here says, what is 80% of 480? Like I said, in the step 1, you first divide the fraction given by what? 100. So 80% becomes what? 80 over 100. So the next is that you multiply it by the word given whole number. That is 80 over 100 times 480. I can see here, the 0 of 100 cancels the 0 of 80. Then the 0 of 100 again cancels the 0 of 480. So that leaves us with 8 times 48, which is what? 384. And our second example here says, what is 60% of 360? Like our first step, 60% becomes what? 60 over 100 after dividing it by what? 100. You can also change it to decimal. When you change 60% to decimal, just move. How many zeros does 100 have? 2. So remove that 60. You count 2 zeros from this left place, from the 0, 1 and 2. That becomes what? 0.6. You can do 0.6 times 360 or 60 over 100 times 360. The 0 of 100 cancels the 0 of 60. Then the other 0 of 100 cancels the 0 of 360. That leaves us with 6 times 36, which is 216. Now we move to our next slide. They said increasing amount by percentage. Percentage can be used to increase an amount in mathematical equations. In calculating this, there are steps involved, which are, if you notice, is when I've been explaining this topic to you, I've been giving you steps. When I lay down steps for you, it makes it easier for you to get it. So in our first step, they said work the percentage out as normal. When they say work the percentage out as normal, that means dividing it by what? 100. Then I said and multiply by the actual amount. That means the amount they told you to increase by that percentage. Listen to me very well so that you will get it. They said work out the percentage as normal. Working out the percentage as normal is dividing the digit they gave you by 100. Like now in this our example here, they said increase 10,000 naira by 10%. So they said work out the percentage as normal. Working out 10% becomes what? 10 over 100. Then multiply by the actual amount. The actual amount given us here is what? 10,000 naira. So it's going to be 10 over 100 times 10,000 naira. You can see that I divided the 2 zeros of 100 cancel the 2 zeros of 10,000. That leaves us with 100 times what? 10. So that means that our amount we obtained is what? 1,000. Then I said, then you add the value obtained to the original amount. So that means that the value you obtained from step 1, you add it to your actual amount that you multiplied by the percentage. I hope you are getting me. What you got from step 1, you add it to 10,000. So we got 1,000 naira from step 1. So 10,000 naira plus 1,000 naira is what? 11,000 naira. I hope you are getting me, class. Then our next one is decreasing amount by percentage. Percentage can be used to decrease amount in mathematical equations. In calculating this, there are steps involved, which are: step 1. We are going to be using the steps to be solving the example. They said step 1, work the percentage out as normal. I told you when we were doing increasing, when they say work the percentage out as normal, it means what? The digits that they gave you over what? 100. Then multiply by the actual amount. Multiply by the actual amount. In this place, they said decrease 10,000 naira by what? 10%. They said work the percentage out as normal. Now let's work 10%. 10% becomes what? 10 over what? 100 times. They said multiply by the actual amount. The actual amount given to us here is what? 10,000 naira. So 10 over 100 times 10,000 naira is what? We can still cut. We can cut 2 of the 0 of 100. We cut 2 of the 0 of 10,000. That leaves us with what? 10 times what? 10 times 100, which becomes what? 1,000 naira. So the next one in step 2, subtract the value obtained from the original amount. That means that the value that we obtained from step 1, we should subtract it. This one is decreasing. The one that we did earlier was increasing. When they say something is increasing, we are adding to it. But this one, they said decreasing. That means we are making it reduce. We are making it drop down. So when they say decreasing, it means what? Subtracting in mathematics. So 10,000 naira minus 1,000 naira becomes what? 9,000 naira. So don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget it is the Young Scholars Academy and it is all about mathematics. Don't forget to try out our brainstorm question to test yourself. And if you have any problems regarding this, you can text it in the comment section. Thank you. Love.